Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Where Are They Now on Detroit Hot Television, a subsidy of Detroit Hot Radio. And tonight we have a special guest, but before I tell you who it is, let me give you the call-in number. The call-in number is 313-646-8267. That's 313-646-8267 to speak with our guest. Tonight, our special guest is Some Kind of Wonderful. I'm talking about John Ellison. Y'all remember that song, Some Kind of Wonderful? Yes, sir, we got him. And that song, I think that song may have made him a triple platinum star. I don't know, we're gonna find out. But John Ellison is a charismatic creator, guitar player, singer, vocalist, okay? And he'll knock your socks off, you go see his show. Okay, he got trademark energy, okay? And he got a soulful voice and award-winning lyrics to all his music. He impresses his music and his voice, is one of the few remaining soul and blues legends that have made an essential contribution to the development of blues, gospel, soul, and funk. John has received no fewer than 5 lifetime BMI Achievement Awards and was inducted into the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame. John has played with and written for alongside people like Nina Simone, James Brown, The Temptations, Wilson Pickett, Grand Funk Railroad, Huey Lewis and the News, Buddy Guy, Josh Stone. I can go on and on and on. We're going to stop right here and let you talk to him. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on John Ellison.
It's my pleasure to be here, Brother T.
Yes, sir. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, It's awesome to be here, and I am honored that you invited me to be on your show.
Oh, you look so good, man. You look like you don't change. I mean, you got that young thing going forever. Skin just as smooth as silk. Black don't crack.
There you go.
Yeah, so we got a plethora of questions, and people will be texting questions and calling if hopefully. And but the first question out of the box that people want to know is, where are you from and what school you went to?
Okay, where am I from? I was born in West Virginia. To be more specific, I was born on the banks of the Kanawha River, which runs through Montgomery, West Virginia, Charleston, West Virginia. My daddy built a house out of driftwood. My dad was a coal miner, and my mom told a story to us that when I was 2 years old, the house that we were living in, she woke up early one morning around 2 a.m. because the house was sort of shaking, and she got out of bed and she stepped in the water that was almost up to her, halfway up to her knees. The house was being flooded because the river had overflowed, and she woke Daddy up and they got us out minutes before the house went down the river. I lived in West Virginia until I was 17 years old. I started playing guitar when I was 13 years old. And my inspiration was, I saw Chuck Berry on TV. And that did it for me. I said, that's me. And so I taught myself to play guitar and told everybody I was going to be a singer, which nobody believed me. Even my parents, they thought I was joking around. But when my dad saw that I was really serious about my music, he started getting annoyed because he had 6 boys, and his idea of, well, not just his idea, but most men, when I was growing up, they wanted their sons to follow in their footsteps. And my dad felt that physical hard labor is what made you a man. So when I started talking about I'm gonna make money playing my guitar and singing, that didn't sit good with him.
So what school did you go to in West Virginia? Just in case people went to school with you.
Okay, I went to a school. You mean high school or grade school? Or
you can name it from kindergarten on up. What schools?
Okay, well, from first grade up until the fourth grade, I went to a school in a little coal mining village called Maitland, West Virginia.
Mm.
From grade 6 to grade 9, I went to school in Keystone, West Virginia. It was called Keystone Ekman grade school. I dropped out of school I went through the 9th grade, part of the 10th grade, and I quit school because my parents couldn't afford to send us. And I dropped out of school and got a job working at a hotel from 11 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning, 7 nights a week. And every dime I made, except for bus fare, I brought it home to my parents.
Oh. So how old exactly was you when you decided you was going to do music?
When I decided I was going to become a singer and a songwriter, I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And no matter what anyone said to me, they couldn't change my mind. That's why my dad became annoyed. And so it got so bad, he reached the point where he demanded that I don't pick up the guitar. So I used to wait until they all went to sleep, and I'd get out of bed and go downstairs, go down in the basement, take the guitar down there, and I would practice without him knowing it. And when I turned 17, I knew right away after watching my dad how he was working, never having anything, and I wanted more out of life than that. And also dealing with the racism, the prejudice in West Virginia. There was no future for me there. So when I turned 17, I bought a one-way ticket. Just to back up a bit, to tell you what really pushed me over the edge to get out of there, I entered a contest when I was 16 years old in a little town called Welch, West Virginia. And the prize was going to be $500 and a trip to New York to do some recording. Well, I entered this contest, me being the only Black person in the contest, and not even thinking anything about color. All I knew is that I was good and that I was going to win this contest. Well, when I ended the contest, and everybody that went into the audition room before I did, you could hear them over the loudspeaker, and I knew I had them beat. So when they called my name and I walked into this room, the judge said to me, he goes, what are you going to play? I said, I'm going to do a song by Chuck Berry called School Days. He said, all right, let's hear it. So I hit the guitar and started singing. Up in the morning and out to school. And right away, the judge said, that's it, we got a winner. So he said, this contest is over. And I smiled to myself and I walked out of the room, but they forgot to turn that intercom off above the door. So when I walked out, one asked the other one, the judge asked the other judge, said, what the heck you mean? He didn't say, hey, what the hell you mean we got a winner? And so the other judge said, well, man, nobody's going to be better than this. This guy's great. Nobody's going to top this. And he said, I don't care how good he is. He's a goddamn nigger. And he said, there's no way we're going to let a nigger win this contest.
Wow.
And man, it was like somebody put a knife through me. You know, if I had lost because I wasn't good enough, I could have accepted that. If I lost because I cheated, I could have accepted that. But I lost because of something I couldn't change, which was the color of my skin. And so, but you know what it did for me? It made me angry. You know, a few tears came into my eyes, and I looked back at that door and I said, okay, you know what? Y'all think you stopped me? I'm gonna show you. You can't stop me. And I walked out of that room, and about 3 months later, I bought a one-way ticket out of there to Rochester, New York.
Uh-oh.
And that's when I took a job working in a restaurant, washing dishes. And eventually I started I started going out to clubs, and I met different musicians, and I started jamming with them. And I met these guys that had the same vision as I had. But to back up before I met them, because you see, I've always been focused. And I tell people all the time, you know, you are your worst enemy. Only person gonna hold you back is you. So when I was washing dishes in this restaurant, I had to clean the floors. So one day I was mopping this floor, and these two white guys came in. It was in the wintertime. And one said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to track up your floor." And I said, "Don't worry about it, sir." I said, "I'm not here anyway." He goes, "You're not here. Where are you?" I said, "Man, I'm on stage in front of thousands of people singing."
Wow.
And he looked at his friend, and they both laughed. They said, "Well, if you say so." But that's where I was. I was never where I was, always in the future where I was going.
That's a good.
And so eventually that's where I got. I met these guys, and we formed a group called Soul Brothers 6. And I told them right off the bat, I said, "Look, I'm not planning on working my entire life." I said, "I'm going to make my money playing music." And I said, "If you guys feel the same as I do, then I'm going to join you." I said, "But if you don't, that's it. I'm going to keep looking till I find somebody else."
Oh.
And so, yep, that's the Soul Brothers 6. Yep. And so we formed a group called Soul Brothers 6. And people ask, how did I write Some Kind of Wonderful? Well, that's a story within itself. The way that came about.
Before you go to that story, because that's really everybody waiting to hear that story. But I got a couple of questions I want to ask before we get there, because when you tell that story, we're gonna segue right into that song. Okay.
Okay.
But okay, now I know you write music because you got hits. Do you write for others or produce other people?
To be honest with you, I've had the opportunity. I've been asked to write for other artists. I have not written, produced any artists that have music put out. And reason being because I've been basically working with this one particular company since 1967. And it was a company out of Philadelphia called Filet of Soul. And they had artists like, I don't know if you remember, Fantastic Johnny C. They also had Barbara Mason.
Barbara Mason.
The girl that did "Yes, I'm Ready."
Yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah. So so at the time that they were recording on his label, he had asked me to if I would write some songs for them, but the management of these artists that I had my company wanted me to write for, they wanted to control everything, and which meant they also wanted to tell me how to write and how to produce. And So we never connected in that, because me, and not patting myself on the back, but when it comes to writing, when I write a song, I also arrange it. I know what every instrument is supposed to do. And I found that a lot of people, they wanted to add their input into it. And if they did, it was no longer what I'm doing. So I've never collaborated with anyone in terms, except for this latest album that I have that was just released. That, well, actually, it's being released on November 25th in a few weeks.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense what you said about people putting their name on your stuff. Now,
Right.
you know, I mentioned some artists that you've done work with. You tell us who some of the artists you worked with out of your own mouth.
I've done when I've been on. I'll name artists that I've been on shows with. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
When you say work with? Oh, okay. Wilson Pickett, Isaac Hayes, LaChic, Kool and the Gang, Little Richard, Nina Simone, Smokey Robinson,
Woo.
the OJs, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Jackie Wilson, Peaches and Herb. I can go, that's just, and I got a story about James Brown.
Go ahead.
I did a show with James Brown in the south of France. I think it was like 2003 or 4. And I opened for him. And at the end of my show, people were screaming. They didn't want me to get off the stage. They kept saying, John Ellison, John Ellison. And so the next day in the newspaper, they said, although James Brown's name was bigger than mine, it said this concert will only be remembered because of John Ellison. So I have that article and I framed it.
Well, I know he didn't like that part.
No.
Yeah.
But
So
I've had to.
Go ahead.
I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of Hugh Masekela. I mean, like I said, I can't even name all of the different artists that I performed with.
Wow. Well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go into that #1 astronomical hit.
Okay.
That you did, Some Kind of Wonderful. And so the engineer is setting that up, and it will be, she's going to play it pretty soon. Andrew L. be out there. Here we go.
I don't need a whole lots of money. I don't need a big fine car. I got everything that a man could want. I got more than I could ask for. I don't have to run around. I don't have to stay out all night. 'Cause I got a sweet loving woman. And she knows just how to treat me right. My baby, she's alright. My baby, she's clean out of sight. Don't you know she's some kind of wonderful? Yes, she is. She's some kind of wonderful. Now, hold it, let me tell you one more thing.
Come on.
Now, when she holds me in her arms, she sets my soul on fire. And oh, when my baby kisses me, my heart becomes filled with desire. When she wraps her loving arms around me, almost drive me out of my mind. I get funny little feelings inside of me. Chills run up and down my spine. Now my baby, she's alright. My baby's clean out of sight. Don't you know she's some
Come on.
Tell me, hey, is there anybody got a sweet little woman like mine? It's got to be somebody. It's got a sweet little woman like mine. Now can I get a witness? Come on, fellas. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? One more time, fellas. Come on now. I don't believe you know what I'm talking about. One more time. Can I get a witness? One more time. Hold it. I wanna talk about my baby. Talk about my baby. She's some kind of wonderful.
You know,
Yeah.
can't jump it, can you? Every time you hear that song, you just gotta get down. It is a great, yeah, that song ever. So how many people?
When I wrote,
Go ahead.
I said, when I wrote that song, I knew it was a hit. But if someone had told me then that this song would remain popular for 6 decades, and that it would be recorded over and over and over, I would not have believed it.
So who all recorded that song?
Well, to date, it's been recorded, to my knowledge, by 74 artists.
Woo!
Now, to name all of them, I can't name all of them.
Just a few of the popular.
I'll name a few of them.
Yeah.
Okay, the first recording was by Soul Brother 6. The second recording was by another, and I'll explain something to you. When the Soul Brother 6 first recorded Some Kind of Wonderful, because we were African American, the Soul Brother 6 version was only played on black radio stations. I think maybe one or two white stations played it, but it was predominantly played on black radio stations. And another black artist recorded it that no one knows about. In 1969, Fantastic Johnny C recorded it. I don't know if you were aware of that. Yeah, he did the song called Boogaloo Down Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, he recorded Some Kind of Wonderful in 1969. 1974, Grand Funk Railroad, who used to listen to a lot of black music, they used to play Some Kind of Wonderful in the clubs. Their manager said to them one day, "This is an amazing song. You guys need to do a cover version of it." So in 1974, Grand Funk Railroad recorded it. Because they were a white artist, a white group, it was played on all white radio stations all over the US. So when white people hear Some Kind of Wonder, the first thing they say, "Oh, that's Grand Funk Railroad." But that song was 7 years old when Grand Funk Railroad recorded it. Another artist that recorded it, a country artist, was Conway Twitty. He did a version of it. Then there's a group out of England called Paul Young and the Q-Tips recorded it. Another group out of the UK called the Inmates recorded it. Huey Lewis and the News recorded it. Joss Stones recorded it. Buddy Guy recorded it. I don't know if you know this, Little Milton recorded it.
Oh, that's my guy, yeah.
Little Milton did a version of it. I tell you someone else you probably don't know recorded it. Pam Grier.
What?
Yep. If you go on YouTube and type in Pam Grier, you'll hear her version of it.
Wow.
Yep. See, who else do I know recorded the song? There's a group called Viva, V-I-V-A, a German group, recorded it. Rod Stewart recorded it. There's a couple of a cappella groups recorded it. So, like I said, to name all of them, I couldn't name all. I know I get a check every 3 months.
It'd be nice too, huh?
Oh yeah. So But yeah, it's and I've received. I'll just show you some lifetime achievement awards here that I've received for writing some kind of one, and you can count them as I pick them up. Here's one. I don't know if you can see that.
It's kind of blurry because it's shiny, right?
All right, yeah. Well, this is one. It says this is a celebration of the arts. This is from West Virginia. John Ellison, it said Lifetime Achievement Award. Like I said, let's see if here's another Lifetime Achievement Award. This is from the state of West Virginia, signed by the governor of the state, Jim Justice. This is the BMI Lifetime Achievement Award. But again, you can't see them all. I'll just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more, last but not least, that's 9.
Well, you're a national treasure, man.
So that's and there's other ones in my storage room. So
okay, now go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I want to get into something that you wrote. It makes a statement about what you explained to us earlier about being Black in West Virginia and
right.
Went through some stuff. And the name of that song is Black Like Me.
Wake Up Call.
Wake Up Call.
Black
Like Me.
Yeah, Wake Up Call.
Yeah, Wake Up Call. And we're gonna have Andrew put that on.
Okay.
So people can hear some of the passions of your music.
Okay. In 1854, he died in 1941, passing on a dream. His oldest son was hanged in 1936 in Georgia for refusing to work overtime and for standing up for his rights. In 1955, a racist white man slit my brother's throat in a hospital in West Virginia where he worked. He was never charged. In 1969, I was hit in the left eye in Dayton, Ohio, with a beer bottle by a racist white group. I was blind for over a year. In 1971, I was refused medical treatment for third-degree burns and not allowed in a hospital in Alexandria, Virginia, because of the color of my skin. In 1998, my nephew's neck was broken by the police in Bluefield, West Virginia. It paralyzed him from his neck down. He was only 18 years old. The police were never charged. My father died in 1965, hoping his children's life would be better than his. We are tired of singing the songs, "We shall overcome." We are tired of the "I forgive you." We are tired of the injustice. We want justice now. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. To understand the black man's fight, you must first take a look at the black man's plight. To understand our state of mind, turn the pages of history, and there you'll find that this land of the free and home of the brave is where you brought us and made us your slave, and freedom was a dream that we took to our grave. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. At some point you said we were free, but this has never been our reality in your sweet land of liberty. This applied to you, but not to me. We're still waiting to be set free. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. We salute your flag, but for us it's a lie. We died for this country. Somebody tell me why. In this country of freedom and equality, we've been treated like we were the enemy. It's a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. What we've endured is hard to define. We have a permanent scar in our hearts and mind. But through it all, we still stand tall, and we refuse to give up, and we refuse to fall. It's a wake-up call. We'll never be silent, we'll remain outspoken. We're a symbol of endurance and we'll never be broken. Our ancestors died passing on the dream that one day we'd be free, as impossible as it seemed. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. We've held on to our dreams when all seemed lost. Freedom for us has been a very high cost. Things have changed, new laws have been passed, but in the race for equality, we still come in last. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. You have no clue what it's like having the color of my skin, because the journey into my world is a place you've never been. If you were born white, you were born free. You'll never know what it's like to be black like me. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call, America. This is a wake-up call. This is a brand new day. Pay attention to what I say. This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. Wake up!
Wow. Wow.
Powerful.
Powerful.
Well, you know what? It's facts.
Now, say it again.
I say it's facts.
Yeah. Now, the beginning of that video, I think it said,
Right.
The beginning of that video said your father, but I don't think it came across, right?
It should have said my grandfather.
Your grandfather, that's right. Okay. Because I did see it, but it said your grandfather, what now?
Well, my grandfather's, okay, I'll just go through that history. My grandfather's son, which was my uncle.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. He was hanged.
Right.
In Georgia.
Yeah.
And simply because he refused to work overtime. And what happened was, it was Friday. The story my dad told us, that it was Friday, and everybody was, excited. It's the weekend. They were ready to go party, and it was 5 o'clock, and my uncle and my dad was getting ready to leave, and the boss told them it ain't time to leave. I didn't tell y'all it was time to leave. And my dad said, they said, it's 5 o'clock, it's quitting time. And the boss said, it's quitting time when I say it's quitting time. So y'all get your asses back to work. So my uncle said, I got plans. And so the guy took out his boss took out his gun and slapped him upside the head with it. And my uncle grabbed the gun from him and did him the same way. And in 1936, you hit a white man, is a death sentence, especially in the South. So my dad and his brother left, and he said less than a half an hour later, a mob came to the house with guns and looking for my uncle. And my uncle had ran out into the woods, and they went out looking for him, and they caught him out there and they hung him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And my dad, he and his other brother, another brother, they left Georgia that same night. They hopped the train to West Virginia.
And that's how you
Yep.
were able to be born in West Virginia.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What a story, man.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
it should be made a movie.
It's funny you say that. There's already a script that's been written, and the only thing that's holding the movie back right now is because the whole industry is on strike.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's we already got have people. I wrote a book, and my life, the life story has already been written into a script for a movie.
Yeah, it's a lot there. You ain't telling
Oh
them.
yeah.
No, it's a lot there. I read up on it. Now we got another song that we want to go into before we close the show, and
Okay.
The name of that song is well, we're gonna play it.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it when we get through.
Lie to me.
That's you on guitar, right?
Yeah.
Laying here beside you, baby. But I might as well be myself.
Yeah.
You think
I don't know what's going on.
But I know you got someone else. So if you think that you're fooling me, I want you to know you're only fooling yourself. So go on and lie,
Don't lie to me.
lie to me. Go on, lie, baby. Go on and lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie to me. And as long as you lie to me, woman, I'll close my eyes and pretend I don't see. Every time that you leave me,
I know you're rushing into the arms of the other man.
Of your other man. that you're trying to play. I want you to know you're holding a losing hand. And one day your world is gonna crumble around you. Oh, just like grains of sand.
Oh man. What? Oh, there we are. Man, that song Lie to Me. That was the name of it. That song Lie to Me.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of people that stole your guitar playing, especially saying he was a little baby when you was doing your thing. He
Yeah.
copied off of you.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's man. I want to appreciate you for coming on the show and telling us your story and sharing your music.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
Oh, it's eye-opening. I'm sure the audience loved every minute of it. And would you promise to come back again one day?
I would love to come back. I got something I'd like to add, if you don't mind.
Yeah, help yourself. Do your thing.
Okay. Aside from singing,
Uh-oh.
I have a gourmet seasoning called Some Kind of Wonderful.
I gotta have some.
Okay. Well, I will first, you send me your address and I'll send you some spice. But if you can tell all the listeners out there that if they would like to get some of this, my website is Wonderful Seasoning.
Oh.
WonderfulSeasoning.com.
I gotta try it.
Yeah, WonderfulSeasoning.com. And this product is all natural. There's no MSG in it. It's gluten-free, no sugar, and very low in sodium. It's currently in 634 supermarkets.
Wow.
And it is Some Kind of Wonderful. It's called Some Kind of Wonderful Gourmet Seasoning.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
And, if anyone would like to try it, they will love you. It's great on all meats, all seafoods, anything you want to put it on. It is Some Kind of Wonderful.
I hear you. Can't wait. So we like to always ask guests such as yourself, what advice about being successful in the entertainment industry would you like to give some of the aspiring young artists that may be listening to this interview? What advice would you give them?
Okay, I'm going to give a few advices. Number one, don't let anyone tell you what you can or what you cannot do. Don't give up your dream. There are a lot of dream killers in this world. And there will always be somebody telling you you're wasting your time, but don't listen to them. Listen to your mind, put your faith in God and your faith in yourself, and you can't lose. Those two, believe in yourself and believe in God, because I can tell you where I am and what I've accomplished today is solely because of my faith in God and my faith in me. I arrived in Rochester, New York. I had $3.25 in my pocket and nowhere to stay, and God watched over me. Also, you're looking at a man that has never drank in his life. Never. I still got my first time to drink a drop of alcohol. I've never touched drugs in my life. That's why at 82 years old, I look like I'm 32. And that's why I can still jump around on the stage the way I do. And I've never smoked cigarettes. So if you take care of your body will take care of you.
Tell the truth. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And as they say, that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
I know that's right. I'm with you. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Like again, it's been so wonderful, and that you took time out of your busy schedule, because I know how busy it is. When you do concerts, they sold out. Okay, and
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, we got to do some. We got to hook up some concerts in your area.
matter of fact, on that last song you did, I play blues harmonica, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt like, boom, man, that's awesome there, But yeah, we talked about you and some other people when me and you first talked about putting
Right.
it together, and it piqued their interest, because Some Kind of Wonderful is that kind of song, So
Exactly. I'm doing a show on December the 30th. It's in a theater in Sarasota, Florida, and they've sold out already.
Mhm.
Yep, they've already sold out.
Yeah, I got to connect down
Yeah,
there.
because everybody knows Some Kind of Wonderful, and uh, that's how I'm when I do concerts. I'm billed as Mr. Some Kind of Wonderful, John Ellison, the legend, the guy who wrote this amazing song that's been recorded by 73 artists, and people, they want to see the guy that did it.
Absolutely. Anything else?
Oh, be blessed, and thanks for having me on. And thank Andrea, and I hope to see you guys in the future very soon.
All righty
And
then.
let's do something that's Some Kind of Wonderful.
I know that's right. Yeah, I'm with you.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Andrea? Andrea?